All right, all right, all right. Let's get some Final Fantasy 14 started. I'm gonna finish up these Scholasticate quests, which turned out to be a lot longer than I thought they were gonna be. And then I have this weird salt quest thing, which I'm gonna look up the name and I'm gonna see if it's really a long quest chain. If it is, I might skip it. Bum bum bum. Oh yeah, I was playing. I think Pictomancer is gonna be the next job I get to 90 or 100. We'll see. I think I was starting on Viper just because I played Ninja as my main, and it'd be kind of nice to be able to swap to something else besides Ninja. But I like Pictomancer more than Viper, so it's kind of a conundrum, I guess I could say. What else happened? I got Astrologian to 100. I got Bard to 100. Oh, this one. Cake with a Tonze of Salt. I'm gonna go look that up right now. Okay, so this is a short quest. So let's do this one first then. Let's do this one first. And hope it doesn't take too long. But I'm on the last leg of the Scholasticate quests, so let's get out of here. To Ulda. I don't have any Pepsi or Coca-Cola or already cold like store-bought tea. Try to make my own tea. Put some ice in there, but it's still kind of warm. But at least it's not hot. All right, let's see what this is all about. Because aside from me, most people don't really care about Stormblood, so... Tremendous honor, miss, and that is no exaggeration. I don't know if you realize, but you were instrumental in bringing stability and prosperity to so many lives. It may be a joint enterprise carried under the auspices of the Sultana and Lord Lolorito, but we all know who got them in the same room. Besides, even if I wanted to thank them directly, there's not a snowball's chance in the 7th hell I'd ever be able to. But I'm not the only one grateful for your intervention. You see, all the salt exported from the locks is brought here first and afterwards shipped to every corner of Eorzea. It's a massive new industry that requires a considerable amount of labor. Take a look around and you'll see how much lives of the refugees here have changed as a result. Steady work means steady pay for folks who had few options before. They in turn can spend their newfound wealth on goods and services provided by their fellow refugees. Everyone profits when Gil moves through the local community like this. No one needs to hoard resources because they know more is on the way. You can see a real difference here in Stone's Throw and outside the walls, and in Pearl Lane too. Don't believe me? Go and see for yourself. Actually a problem kind of right now too, IRL, about people not being able to like... because people don't make enough money. I'd buy that for a Gil. So I'm thinking, because they're talking about the Saltery, I'm thinking this is a Stormblood quest. I don't actually know that for sure. Finally saved up enough to open my own stall, though I want to make sure I have a solid plan before I do. My friend here's been kind enough to offer me some guidance. Just you wait, I'll have shops all throughout Eorzea one day. I'll admit there was a time when I'd have sooner spat in a guardsman's eye than take Lolorito's Gil, but times are changing and we've got to change with them. Only Thal can say what tomorrow holds, but today I've got coin in my pocket and a song on my lips and a bleeding heavy crate in my arms. Bugger me. Why do I feel like these two are people I'm supposed to know? Been a long time, soldier. I remember when you came here once upon a time, back when Teleji Adeleji was trying to play us all for fools. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Just the other day, an East Aldenard man came round and offered me a job. Not as a salt porter, though, as a guard for a bloody bank. The self-same bank holding Teleji's fortune that Lolorito so generously gifted to the House of Ul following the bastard's death, a gesture of reconciliation to smooth over the tensions between the royalists and the monetarists. As if the two were ever truly at odds, the Sultanate is content to let Lolorito manage the estate so long as they get their cut. Smoke and mirrors, don't you see? Perfumed gentry carving up the corpse of a fool who couldn't play the great game. All the while, the rest of us trudge on, fighting over scraps from the master's table. And the moneylenders, the banks, they're a part of the same rotten system, chewing up the poor and hapless with convoluted contracts full of traps. Every man on the street can tell you a story about a friend saddled with debt, forced to work day and night until they fell ill and died. This city eats people, soldier, chews them up and spits them right out. So I told that bank man, piss off, bloody fool. What in the seven hells was he thinking, coming down here and offering me a job, as if I don't know a poisoned chalice when I see one. Would that everyone were so perceptive. They perceptive? Yes, he did. Huh? We met before. Something about you seems familiar. Well, he is chairman of the East Aldenar Trading Company. Well, aren't we a long way from home? I will not deny that you have cause to distrust our offer of employment. Under Taleji Adeleji's management, the bank was less than charitable in its treatment of its staff. Contrary to his public support of the refugee cause, he aggressively pursued cost-cutting measures which led to unconscionably long shifts and drastically reduced wages. Consequently, quality of services was much reduced, as was the reputation of his businesses. He was a short-sighted imbecile, but I am not. Neither the Sultana nor I would see his policies perpetuated, and intend to offer rather more equitable terms, increased compensation, periods of rest, and so forth. They say spews gill from his backside 3 times a day. I'm not about to believe you're offering all that out of the kindness of your heart. No, certainly not, nor would I expect a man such as you, one who thinks 5 steps ahead out of necessity, to think otherwise. Simply put, I need you and your people to trust me. This is far bigger than the bank or the Salsry or any single endeavor. Nay, it is about every single venture associated with the Mirage Trust, which your people rightfully regard with caution. They are to grow and prosper. It will only be with the support of our Alamegan residents. Man's respect and loyalty when he speaks. If you vouch for us, then others will listen. And we want a seat at the table, representation for our collective interests. And we'll play his game for now, work our way into positions of power. Alright, that was pretty much that. All right, let's go continue our Scholasticate quests. That took about, I don't know, 15-ish minutes. That's not bad. Oh, this one right here I need to get to. Yeah, I'm actually glad that this quest chain right here was pleasantly, like, it pleasantly surprised me that I'm enjoying it. I was wondering when you'd show up. The Temple Knights have deemed Ula fit to recount the events of her kidnapping and have taken her into the room just beyond for questioning, with Blaze to accompany for support. It would appear the questioning is done. Let us see what we might learn. Hail, my good man. I am Inspector Briardian, and this is my associate. I understand that you have spoken with Ula regarding her kidnapping. Is there aught you might share with us? Mistress, I fear that it would seem the Lady Ula knows even less of her own abduction than we do. As she tells it, the only people she saw during her captivity were the two thugs now in our custody. We've questioned them thrice over, but they insist their employer had disguised themselves so well they cannot even say for certain they are a man or a woman, much less give us a description. For what little it's worth, we did learn that the two were once orphans raised as charges of the sea to betray the nation that fed and clothed them for a handful of coin. I must return to my post. If you come across anything of actual significance, I shall be sure to alert you. Are there any details our friend may have neglected to mention? I fear that Ula's testimony proved entirely unenlightening. There's another development, however, that has been troubling me. Rumors that our Combadin was behind the abduction are circulating around the Scholasticate once more. Again with those asinine allegations. And this time the students seemed convinced more than ever of his guilt. No longer content to sit back and wait for events to take their course, they've been pushing for his expulsion. Theo has been doing his best to convince them to disregard the rumors, but it seems any mention of our Combadin only serves to fuel their rage. I must hurry back and help him. I suspect that this is less a reflection on the prefect himself than a manifestation of aimless anxiety and fear. Still, I dare say this commotion might prove to be an opportunity in disguise. I shall make my way to the vault to continue my own investigations. In the meantime, I ask that you go and keep an eye on the seminarians and an ear to the ground. Dun, 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 dun. What if those ruffians truly were in his employ? Or will you stand idly by until he betrays one of us, as he did poor Ula? His refusal to provide us with anything resembling a reasonable explanation speaks for itself. The boy is guilty, and I say we move to have him expelled from the Scholasticate, effective immediately. Diomacent, I demand that you take lead of this charge. Wait, why him? Since the headmistress called everyone away for an emergency meeting, it's been absolute chaos. Has the riches of House Zimal at his disposal and powerful allies just waiting to spring to his aid. We must step back and consider our actions carefully, lest we find ourselves strung up by the necks. Let's go, you can do it. Forgive me, my fear had gotten the better of me. Indeed, there's little he can do to us if we act as one and proceed with caution. Once removed from the school, the administration will keep us safe. For again, we must move swiftly but surely to ensure his expulsion. Now that everyone is feeling more at ease, let us open the floor for discussion. I welcome any and all opinions, provided that they are delivered in a calm and orderly fashion. Pause to kind enough to point out. However, we should not act brashly. That is why you, with your calm demeanor, are best suited to head our appeal to have him removed. What say you? I cannot help but believe, however, that he too is a victim in all this. It's strange to think that anyone who cares so deeply about the Scholasticate and its inhabitants could commit such an atrocity. For the Fury's sake! I can definitely understand being quite annoyed with Diomacent right now. No great love for Chambadan either, but even the Temple Knights have been unable to uncover a single piece of evidence tying him to the kidnapping. The same knights who have pulled the wool over our eyes for 1,000 years, stripping us of all we own to protect men like him. How heartening that is to hear. Yeah, I know I like that character. I liked her for a reason. I would have thought that after all you endured our combatants' hands, you would stand with us. I see I was wrong. It would seem the commoner has grown too content under the nobleman's yoke to fight for his idea. We are to see justice served. We must do so with our own strength, our own voices. Let us draft a petition that our grievances might be heard and the blackguard expelled. Well, why don't you say that? Like, what did he say earlier? Yeah, this is something he definitely should have said when he had the floor to talk about. Because it's not bad that he's wanting to see like actual proof instead of just randomly throwing accusations or whatever. But if you leave out something like that where it's like, you know, I feel like somebody's behind the scenes or whatever he said. What did he say? This one. Nevertheless, he's not trying to help him. That's the thing. Just because you don't think somebody's guilty doesn't mean you're trying to help them. And he's really just trying to say, like, we need to see the facts. Execution will only serve to further divide us. Words, indeed it is not too late to reverse the course of today's events. Try speaking with Father Saturnoise. I feel like he's up to something, but we'll see about that. Whatever brings you here in such a hurry? Read the document and we'll be submitting it to the headmistress shortly, along with my own strong recommendation in favor of our combatants' immediate and irrevocable expulsion from the Scholasticate. For too long has our church been corrupted by men and women who would see its foundation built upon sin instead of virtue. I mean to put an end to this vicious cycle. Okay. When I was young, I too was taken under the wing of Father Choseu. It was by his good graces that I gained admission into the Scholasticate, not unlike yourselves. I devoted myself entirely to my studies, that I might prove myself worthy of his kindness. My dedication was rewarded when I graduated at the top of my class and secured a prized position in the archives, alongside some of the Holy See's most esteemed individuals. It was there that I met the man who would become my closest friend and confidant. For 10 years he had toiled in the sea's darkest recesses, working to see that the ugly truth of Ishgard's past would never see the light of day. Until the day the burden grew too great to bear and he took his own life. For years I was torn between grief and anger at not being able to save him from his fate. Fearing my anguish would consume me, I found succor in my religion. Day and night I'd pore over scripture and soon myself back in these very halls, not as a student but as a teacher. Of the Fury's love will all men receive, and by the balance of her spirit will all be set free. Doubtless you too are familiar with these words. Those who deny the teachings of Volume 11 commit the greatest sin of all. They must bear responsibility for the injustices wrought on the victims of our society. Master Arcombedon has done naught but scorn the truths penned within the tome. His dismissal is long overdue. But what you propose is to lay the blame for generation upon generation of the church's transgressions at his feet. Well, I don't know about that. But, it's like, I don't really want to bring up the Bible, but it's like if somebody is if they're like just it's like if somebody just like denied a very specific part of it. We must needs purge the church of any who espouse the false ideal that all men are not born equal, that the sins of our past are never repeated, and that the clergy might be restored to their former. Have faith in you, my children. Reflect on the teachings of Father Choiseo. If you do not understand now, you will soon enough. He's still doing it for the wrong reasons, I think. Well, less so the wrong reasons. But yeah, see where this goes. Who strove always to adhere to the principles espoused and equal under her ever watchful gaze. 'Tis equally true that our Arcombedon has been outspoken in condemning that self-same past. I don't know though, does it? If you're going to school for these subjects, but you just decide to condemn a specific part of it, like you're not really following the teaching, right? Permanent house would send a message. It just might be the fastest way to bring about the change he seeks. Here's one thing when it was just an angry mob of seminarians calling for Arcombedon's head. Now that Father Saturnois intends to lead the charge, it's another matter entirely. Ever are we to do? What? I hardly ever run around Ishgard anymore, so let's just run across this bridge. See the sights. Perhaps instead of entertaining every ridiculous rumor you hear, you might actually make yourself useful. Unfounded. No, we've had our differences, but today we come to lend you our aid. Truth revealed. Kidnapper. Trust me, if we should try to and implicate you in a crime you didn't commit, we would have done a far more thorough job than that. These writings simply make an appeal to emotion, with not a single piece of concrete evidence to support the accusation. Rest assured that when I get my hands on the commoner that did this, best realize we commoners are not the ones on trial here. You are. I suggest you watch your tongue, unless you would prefer to lose the only allies you seem to have these days. Do not lose heart. Together we'll uncover the truth and see that this baseless petition against you is withdrawn. They were given only to those most inclined to believe. Foolishness at best. If anything, these letters will only give me the clues I need to identify the coward behind them. You think me daft? The petition is approved and I am expelled. That would put you right at the top of the class. How very convenient. Not for words or accolades that I study the scriptures as I do. I seek only to follow in the footsteps of Father Choiseu. It was he who granted me the chance to achieve the grand vision he had for our realm, bring relief to those in need of spiritual succor. Of the Fury's love will all men receive. By the balance of her spear will all be set free. I would share the wisdom of these words with all of Ishgard. Because equality. I really don't like these two idiots. Can manage just fine without your help. If you do find anything, yeah, I'm actually with A. Is that how you say his name on this issue right now? Like, those two are jerks. We're examining all the letters that have been distributed throughout the Scholasticate. Scholasticate, we may very well find clues leading us to the culprit. Settled then. Let's return to Scholasticate and commence our search. Another girl said that in her bed, as if out of nowhere. I returned to my quarters to check if I had received something similar, but there was nothing to be found. It would appear our culprit has gone through the trouble of writing and distributing 3 distinctly different versions of the letter. This reads, as illustrated by the recent and that has taken place within these sacred halls. But nothing to eliminate those who stand in his way. One thing to disagree with the opinions of your fellow seminarians, it is quite another to abuse one's influence to have your ideological opponents removed. Hardly a compelling one. I mean, it could be his buddy. Aren't there several copies of the articles policy sitting on our library shelves? I can't speak to why Pompadour would have one in the first place. The book found in his quarters could have been any of those. With Ula earlier, did she mention anything about Volume 11? I didn't think anything of it at the time, but while Ula was recovering in the infirmary, she asked that I retrieve her copy from the room. When I went to look for it, it wasn't there. So it would seem, after all, she testified that when the 2 thugs seized her at the marketplace, she had nothing on her person but a pocket of gold. Presumably, the book was still in her quarters then. Someone to sneak into her room and remove it after the fact. Why, it's as if the culprit intended to use it to frame. What is with this change in music? That's our Theo, always striving to help his fellow. I think he's teasing her. Even if that man is all that stands between him and the top of the class, it's enough to leave a girl smitten, isn't it, Blaze? What are you talking about? I'm not smitten. I just admire him for his kind heart is all. That was pretty funny. He's a moron. Like, does he not know what the word smitten means? Can he not connect when somebody's saying something about you to somebody that makes them smitten, and then they're like, that was kind of okay. Well, whatever it is, I hope she recovers quickly. In the meantime, we need to put our heads together if we hope to get out of this mess. What do you think? Why would anyone go to such lengths to implicate our Commodin? Perhaps he implicated himself. Is this the first time they referred to it as him or herself? I'm curious who it's going to actually be that's like doing all this stuff. I feel like I need to make a minimalistic because I'm using my main one right now, and like I feel I have too many buttons all over the place. I need to decide, like, I don't need my 3 skills to be showing. I don't really need all of this stuff to be showing. Actually, these 2 I probably keep. Skills ones, I would probably hide them. I like how forth you are. Like, I need to get rid of all these. The vault. Yo, that's kind of suspicious. Wait, the vault's down there? So? Oh no, it's up there. I was looking, okay. What brings you all the way here? Do you have something to report? I see. Show me these letters. I shall determine if they are suspicious as you insist. Everything we find. The author goes out of his way to mention that Ula's copy of 11 was found. Fool. In his feeble plot to frame the prefect, he has only incriminated himself. I've proven an able associate. It is from here, however, that the real work begins. Should at any time you begin to feel your powers of concentration waver, wait, does that change like per race and per things? I'll be right back. Oops. Okay, I'm back. Let's finish this up, yo. Maybe that's something I could do right now on stream. Once I'm done with these, I can fix up my UI. I don't need anything down here in the bottom left. think I missed something. Who exactly are we going after? I can see the connection, but how does this help us deduce the identity of the perpetrator? Amazing. Why? He's cracked the case with little more than scattered scraps of evidence. Literally. Oh, this is the glam they were talking about. That does actually look really nice. Before we begin pursuing our man in earnest, answer me this. Can any of you tell me where Ula's copy of Volume 11 currently is? Letters say it was found in Arcumbian's room, though for all we know, that could be complete and utter. Good. Allow me to enlighten the rest of you. The tome is currently in my possession. Orsark discovered it and turned it over to us in secret for fear it would fuel the ongoing rumors. Is it gonna be his buddy? Knowing what you do, it is time to put your minds to the test. What do you surmise is the relationship between our talented writer friend and the thief that lifted... They are one and the same? Who would have been able to enter and exit Ula's room unnoticed? The perpetrator was able to move quickly and not draw attention to themselves in the act, leading me to believe our book snatcher had easy access to all rooms within the dormitory. Keys. Something only 3 people currently possess. Oh, okay, so it's gotta be one of those 3. Sad or not? It couldn't be. He did give that speech. I think it's his friend. Refuge in Smell Manor. Let's make our way there post haste. Like, I feel like it could be the teacher, but I feel like that would be too, I feel like that would be too cliche. And although it being his friend would be cliche too, it'd just be more, I'd like it more. Earlier you pledged your innocence to us. Let us pledge it once more at the hearing before one and all. The truth shall speak for itself. Truth? You expect those fools to see the truth when this evidence to the contrary is staring them in the face? How do you think this plan your pea-sized minds have concocted will succeed where all attempts have failed? It's that eye that sends you. The hero who brought us to light the truth behind our very nation. So long I have had to plot my revenge in silence and mask my hatred of you with hollow praise and for all the transgressions your family has committed against mine. Did you truly think I would remain loyal to you? To you? For centuries your house has humiliated us. It was something we'd come to accept. When the wall between the nobility and the common class came tumbling down, we were met with the most harrowing truth of all, that all our suffering had been for naught. Everything we grew up believing about our status was a fabrication, tall tales spun to keep us complacent. In reality, you're no better than the two broom rats beside you. You never were. It was a terrible realization, but one that also gave me hope. Hope that you could be taken down just as any other. And the letters and the rumors they spurred, all was part of my master plan to bring shame and dishonor on you and your family as you have mine. Ha 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 ha. I bribed the two kidnappers into abducting Ola with money from your purse. Having entrusted the management of your finances to me, you never suspected a thing. She didn't actually see into the past? Suppose that's all the proof of innocence you'll need. Let's escort liberation. I mean, you treat him pretty crappily for a friend, but okay. However, did I think I could stand at the forefront of our nation when I was so oblivious to that which was happening under my very nose? Once you come to see only as your friend but as your peer, promise that the both of you will find a way to mend. Yeah, that's way too positive. Now then, it is time for me to put my own faith to the test. Face my fate head on. May the Fury have mercy. Do not shake the feeling that this affair runs far deeper than any of us could have imagined. Would please, something ever. So confused. I'm so confused. Wait, who else is it? Is it also going to be the teacher still? Da-da-da. But I'm extremely disappointed. Anyone, much less a student of our standing establishment, such atrocities, truly at a loss for words. Times himself. I'm a man who decisive voice. There it is, the confession I've been waiting for. From the start, I had my suspicions that someone was pulling the strings behind the scenes. Someone who had secured a high enough position with his clergy to manipulate students and the system. Poured through records, closely examining any who fit this. It was no easy task, but I finally found what I was searching for. Combined with the confession Theomacent obtained from Lebersoir, I was able to uncover the true culprit. I speak of you, Saturnois, and I do not call you father, for you are no priest. The documents admitting you into your current position were forged? You manipulated the Lebersoir into carrying out what yourself could not. You stirred up discord among the students and fomented the people's distrust of the clergy in the hopes of creating an even greater rift between the people in Ishgard and the clergy. All in the hopes of seeing the Scholasticate closed down once and for all. But I don't understand. Why would Father Saturnois seek the ruin of the Scholasticate? The answer to that would lie in his past. Over a decade ago, Saturnois graduated top of his class and was welcomed into the ranks of the Holy See. It was there he was assigned to work as an expurgator? Expurgator? What are you talking about? In all my years serving the Holy See, I've never heard of such a post. I would be more surprised if you had. For Holy Body of Decency, a sector that was comprised of a few select individuals, is perhaps the best kept of Ishgard's many secrets. Its existence is known only to a handful of people besides the Archbishop himself. I am impressed, Master Briardian. It would seem your reputation is well deserved. Though I must correct you on one account. I am no expurgator, but rather one of the so-called watchmen consigned to guard them. That said, we shared a similar fate, both expurgator and watchmen alike, struck from official records and confined in the bowels of the Holy See, damned to live out our lives in the shadows as pallid husks of men and women we could have been. All so that someday we might fulfill one task. Where written records were deemed too dangerous, expurgators would serve as living documents, orally passing down our nation's greatest secrets. When the time came for the Archbishop's successor to ascend the throne, we would briefly emerge from our isolation to pass from our mouths to their ears all we knew of Ishgard before sinking back into obscurity. Of course, no highborn man or woman would be condemned to this fate. No, this was the destiny reserved for commoners, orphans with no ties to the world above. men and women forced to sacrifice their own lives, that our nation's darkest secrets might be preserved forever unbeknownst to her people, and scarce believe my ear. The friend you spoke of? I zoom in. Yes, he was an ex-purgator. Such anguish did his duties cause him that he chose death over that wretched excuse for a life. And while a new era is upon us, one that does not condemn the innocent to a life of despair for the sake of one man, it does not undo the injustice of 1,000 years. Oh no, it doesn't. It was to right the wrongs of the past that I escaped that foul dungeon and made my way back to the place where all began. This twisted institution, the place responsible for stealing the bright futures of young orphans, needs to be closed down for good. Actions are heinous, and I can in no way condone them. That said, if there is truth to what you say, perhaps it would be best for us to suspend all lessons until we can reach a consensus as to how we might proceed. Would not closing down the Scholasticate be akin to evading our responsibility as men and women of the clergy? This dude's just kind of like standing there like, am I gonna get arrested or what's gonna happen to me? It is our duty to speak the truth, not bury it. For too long, the people have been fed naught but lies. This time we took the initiative and gave them reason to put their faith in us once more. I must agree with Theomacent. I have learned firsthand we must take care never to abuse our power and privilege, lest we hurt the people closest to us. To keep silent would be to repeat the mistakes of our past. What about Ula? Like, you guys better give her like 1 billion gil, because she did not need to go through all of that. The only way we can move forward is to take responsibility for our actions, make an earnest effort to reach out to those we have wronged. While we may never receive forgiveness, at least we can attempt to atone for any anguish we may have caused those that did not deserve. So, continue. If it is true that all men are born equal, as I have heard so many in this room preach time and time again, then all are entitled to know the truth. Let us lead by example and freely share all that we have learned here today. While I cannot pretend to understand your ordeal or soothe the fury that has taken hold on your heart, I can promise you one thing. I swear on Father Chassois' copy of the Parables of Saint Danaphen that not you, nor any of those who shared your fate will ever again be forgotten. Thus all was laid before the public, the atrocity suffered by the purgator and watchmen alike. It's too fast. Back. Quick. There's anything different in the library? Oh, there's actually not even anybody in. All right, let's see what the end of this is like. You have reminded us that there is a world beyond these doors that relies as much upon us as we do them. You have opened our eyes and shown us that destiny is but the choices we make. We are strong and persevere. I have no doubt we can rebuild the Scholasticate and regain the people's trust. Now that your work here is done, I suppose the time for farewells is upon us. Will you be departing Ishgard? Sad to say farewell, but let us send you in the Inspector Offen style. Ah, there's my trusted associate. I feared I might not be able to bid you a proper farewell before I left. On behalf of my uncle, allow me to thank you for all your hard work. Still so much fighting and bickering going on. Couldn't you stay with us just a bit longer? I fear that there are more pressing mysteries that demand my attention. Not to mention a certain young lady in Ul'dah who awaits turn. Is he talking about the reporter chick? Talking about his... And while I admit that naivety is one of your more endearing traits, combined with the blunderings of the idiot beside you, his like is not to bring the Scholasticate to ruin. That's why you'll need someone with extensive knowledge of affairs of Ishgard and the proper connections to actually bring about the change you seek. Someone like me. The words of a man looking to steal his way into our dear Theo's heart. You got competition? Fury take you all. Call me what you will, but Theo would never replace me with anyone, much less a conniving snake like our Combadin. How refreshing it is to hear such playful banter among my friends. It would seem our worries are finally behind us. Before we celebrate, however, there's one last thing. Blaze, I'd like to thank you for your support. Were it not for your meticulous notes and sharp eyes, Ul'dah would still be missing. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. It was only because of you that we were able to unmask the perpetrator and restore peace to our school. Just as Father Chosoi brought you to us in Gorgon Mills, I cannot help but feel Halone guided you to us in our time of need. We hope to one day repay the kindness you have shown us by rebuilding the Scholasticate. When next you visit, we hope she will have taken her place as the nation's top establishment of higher learning, and once again serve to light the people's way back to the halls of Halone. But I take heart in knowing that there are those such as yourself watch over her and see that she does not stray from her course. Till we meet again. You know what? I think it would be great if they're like, well, I guess we'll see you later, and then your character just like jumps into the air and like flies away on a dragon. You know, it's like, oh, I have to go do some stuff. I think that would be great. But it's okay, it's just a side quest. Interesting. All right, let's go see if there's anybody in here. I think it would be a real missed opportunity. Well, not a real missed opportunity, but it would kind of suck if they don't have some post dialogue. Ula is a cutie, but she just didn't get enough time. She was... Tioma is completely oblivious to how Blaze feels about him, but she's too shy to admit anything. Two of them are so... Well, I'm glad that they started talking again, because it was kind of sad to see them like lose their friendship because of a boy. So Mr. Hovered over the Scholasticate and replaced by radiant joy, and not a single day goes by that these halls aren't filled with jubilant laughter for seminarians. Never been better ever since Theo and Abercrombie set aside. Students have been able to freely express their opinions without fear of retribution. Things were brought to light. I feared it would be to be the end of the era, and by extension, the Scholastic. So one of the things I would like, I know it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things or anything like that, but so when you go through a little story like this, I would like to be able to like click on these characters and be able to have like additional dialogue for various things in the story that you've done. So like obviously after Heaven's Ward, you know, there's Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and all these expansions, right? And it would be nice to like to be like talk to them and be like and be able to pick like Stormblood, right? So that there'd be additional dialogue for each of the expansions. But I understand that probably very few people would want that. All right, so let's see here. Hood. Hotbar 9 and Hotbar 10. I feel like what else did I? Probably Hotbar 4. I might put Hotbar 4 over there just for teleport and teleport. All right, so oh my stupid. Kind of like that, so that when I'm it feels a little bit more cinematic, right? So like there's more game on screen. I have the on there, but they're not like, it's not like taking up all this space, all this screen, because that looks really messy. I'm not sure, like I'm not sure if I should have them down there how they are right now, or I should like maybe put them in a column, maybe at the top or the top left. But I do like that. I like it a lot better now. Oh, what? I like having the job elements on screen because they look really nice. Now, the only bad thing about this, I can't really quickly change my job, but that's okay. All right, so what am I gonna do now? I wanted to do the corn quests. I think we'll do these as ninja. But like, I don't need that in this card. So I've been told that the corn quests are in every zone up to zone 5. Dun, dun. More articles of clothing need to be for all classes. Like, let's take the Shisui Joy, the like you have a different one for every single job, and basically what changes is the color. I think there's some other little differences too. But like, I don't see any reason why, like, if you're gonna wear this with your monk, that you shouldn't be able to wear the white one with your monk. You know what I mean? I would very much like to see that changed. Dun 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 dun. All right. Let's go start. You know what though? I kind of maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I feel like I should do side quests in here after doing, like, I should do them at the same time on the same stream. Notices, is that the thing? Okay, I'm actually curious about this one. Let's go see. Oops, wrong button. Not wrong button, wrong job. Dun, dun. So this is a 5 quest change. Should I do this right now? No, I don't think I'll do this. I think what I'll do, I will go. Let me go look at the other areas of Evan's ward. Peace. I feel really weird that there's like not so much on my screen. You know, I forget if you're able to talk to sides. Like, is she out someplace in the world? All right, first thing we're gonna check is Earth's Western Highlands. I'm not looking forward to doing the stupid Hanu Hanu. Mostly because I don't care about the Vanu Vanu. But let's go see what's over here. Well, there's definitely a lot less than I thought there was gonna be. I feel like this is the continuation of a quest I did years ago. I don't really care about this dialogue. I'm kind of just going through these just to finish them. You say Garloon? One of the things about Sea of Clouds that is just really annoying is like the area is so huge and you can't tell where you're supposed to be going. Stupid island. Like these ones are okay because they tell you like, oh, it's up higher, the little arrow. You can kind of guess like this is where you're gonna go, but you don't look like you're talked more calmly than face look right now, but you are in a basket hanging by a rope. You should be a bit more concerned, I think. We gotta fly all the way over here. Oh my god. In this place, the Sea of Clouds is even more terrible before you unlock flying. Oh. Oof. I don't even actually remember getting the ether currents here. But if I ever made like an alt character, specifically, like, I had been thinking a while ago. It was years ago now. It was years ago. I was thinking about making a male character so that I could be more like me, kind of. But honestly, I don't know if I could go through the game again on an alt. That would take way too much time. I didn't even know there was Garleans here. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this without having my HUD up. Okay. Navanu and perches with flustered breath and dishevelled feathers. Oh, it's one of those floating hand thingies? Why did you just call him the napping? So I think I remember now. Was he the one that was like sleeping like under the staircase or something? I distinctly remember there being a giant chicken under a staircase over here someplace. I honestly kind of don't really want any of these. Dun, 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 dun. So glad. I'm so glad that I don't need to do. I guess not need to, but I'm so glad that I don't that one of my options for experience right now is not having to do stupid Vanu Vanu tribal quests. this character, it's weird the things that I remember. Like I remember this character right here because some dude in Ishgard was like in love with her. Like he tasked you with going and telling her for him or something. And it turns out they were just like not even like childhood sweethearts. They were like like they were just childhood like friends, I guess you could say. But he promised her or whatever, and like he was holding to that himself to that promise or whatever. And she was like, "What? That's just something we said when we were kids." Oh. All right. Let's do some Kupo quests. These should all be inside of the Kupo cave. Huh? Maybe there must be one top of the cave. Oh, this person has two. Oh, let's just gather them all, I guess. All the horn blooms are blooming near the House of Letters. Nut job. Mug. Oh no, that one has a picture, so I'm going to think that that's a string quest. I'll go look that up real quick. If it is, I might save it for last, because it's kind of odd maybe, but I kind of enjoy doing these side quests. You know, I'm not a Moogle, but if one of the things that you like most are these Kupo nuts, how do you only have like 8 trees? You would think that they would have like a Kupo nut orchard something. Oh, okay, so there's more. Yeah, so one of the things, like, I want to just do these one-off kind of side quests. The last time I wasn't expecting a really long quest chain, the Scholastic ones. Jeez. So when you're playing through Final Fantasy 14 for the first time, I remember the Heavensward areas feeling so huge. Like, you go through ARR and you're concerned about like monsters and stuff fighting you because the maps are small, you're kind of lower levels, and like everything's very compact. But then you get to Heavensward and everything is just huge. And it's like when you have stuff like this, you don't feel like it's, oh, I just gotta go right there real quick. Like, if you know it's a ways away. Which, when you have flying, it's pretty much nothing. You get there anywhere pretty quickly in the maps. But if you were doing these for experience and you didn't have flying yet, that would be horrendous. Actually. Music stopped. I don't know where this lies. I keep trying to going over here to click on my mounts, because that's where it normally is. Back my precious. Oh, okay. Search for these. So some of the things I'm working on, like, current, is I've been working on, like, I got botanist to level 100. Next, I'm going to start working on miner to get that up to 100, because that's me being level 100, and that's also allowing me to get my retainers up to level 100. And my retainers are all 3 of the gatherers and a ninja. And I feel like I might actually go buy another one. I feel like I want one of them to be Fisher or Or maybe I can change one of the current ones to culinarian. Wait, can you even get this one? Without having flying? Oh wow, I guess you can. Because one of the things about this is you do get experience for finding these. And that little bit of experience boost could be pretty good when you're running through these areas. Another thing I wouldn't really mind doing is going back and getting all of the what are those things that I just got called? Sightseeing. I wouldn't mind going back and getting like all the sightseeing. That'd be pretty fun. Like I'm just thinking of things to do, like what could have been good to do if you have a bigger audience. Aside from just doing super hard content. Anyways, because like I've said this before, but like if you have, 15, 20 viewers every day, every time you stream, doing these side quests, I feel is a good way to have like a Final Fantasy 14 stream, but where you're kind of like just chatting with chat, because you could very easily do all of these and without really taking up any sort of like your attention. Now the last one I did, what I started the stream with, the Scholasticate quests or whatever, that was a bit more, that was very dialogue heavy, and yeah, it takes a bit more concentration. What's this one called? A Mool by any other name. Okay, so this is actually the the ending of a quest. Wait, is this the one where Connie Senna shows up? All right, let's go ahead. I think we can go ahead and take this one. I think the legends are actually true. Our ancestors did indeed come down from the skies, Kupo. Muggles here have such strange names. There are so many Muggles with names like Mogret and Mogmug, but no one is named Kuplokop or Kuptakopta. So I do remember the Muggles here and the Muggles from the Tollswood meeting, and I swear Connie Senna joined us at some point. Guard business has me terribly busy these days. Kupo, speaking of which, where did those monsters go? I don't know. I just got here. Yo, I'm starting to feel hungry. Googles and their stupid Koopa. Alright, now we need to go back to that other area and find the last one. What is that? Level 91 person, dude. I mean, I know I'm also in the same boat. Are they doing Google quests too? So I thought this was gonna be like some sort of important ending quest, but it might not be. But it's not over yet. Maybe it is. Suppose would we start our names with Koo or Poo? They say it's because it makes the name sounds like Koopo Nut. Mayhap, when the Mughals came down from the sky, the Koopo Nuts were their most prized possessions, Koopo. But the Moghome Mughals love Koopo Nuts too, so I wondered why their names are different. Quite perceptive, Kooply Kooky. Truth be told, I've never thought about the reason myself. Would it not make sense for Mughals to start their name with Mog? Been that way for as long as anyone can remember, Koopo. My ancestor, who was Moghome's first chieftain, was named Moggle. And in fact, it was he who decided which brave Mughals would travel down to the surface after fire rained from the skies. Moggle? Name seems so familiar, Koopo. Mogglemog? Could Chieftain Moggle have in fact been Mogglemog? If so, Chieftain Moglin, you would be a descendant of good King Mogglemog XII. May all his lineage bask in greatness. Remember, this was the name of the king in your legend. The history of the Palm Guard is long and illustrious, dating back to Chieftain Moggle's humble beginnings, Koopo. One Koopo Nut eat. Koopopo. That was odd. All right. If these actually sell. You get rid of it. All right, let's go. I'm kind of curious about these two. Yeah, I am enjoying this HUD though. And not even, I don't even have the mini. Just there's so much screen. Dun, 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 dun. No, I was just enjoying a leisurely stroll and dropped my favorite ring. $42 Koopo nuts. Wait, Koopo nuts is their food and also their currency? Oh, so tired. A friend of mine in Malcolm came down with a terrible fever. So these ones are kind of tricky. Not tricky. I don't know what word I need to use, but like, so what I like to do when I'm doing side quests is I pick up like 5 of them, or maybe even more, and then I like go and do all of them in a big clump. But these ones are these two, they're in remote locations, and the objectives are like right next to basically right next to where they start. So can't really like go pick up a bunch of, or you could, but why would I go all the way over here to pick these 2 up when I just go right here just to finish the quest? I think for lunch I have a couple of corn dogs. Okay, well, I didn't think this was gonna send me all the way to Malcolm. Surprise, surprise! I didn't really get well last night. Went to sleep. Trouble's falling asleep. Looks like a root, not a leaf, but whatever. You can't not give me a good thumbnail and then throw a chain quest at me like. Yeah, another thing I was not expecting to be able to just collect them all from the same monster, same creature. I can't imagine this is going to be that long of a quest chain, but it's still surprising that it's... But yeah, like I just think like if there was a streamer that I liked watching and they were doing side quests, would I watch? And I think I would. Like, I would definitely watch the live stream of it. Now, watching, like, if you weren't able to watch the stream, you know, you had stuff to do that day, and you had to watch a VOD, I don't know if I would watch the VOD of it. Because I would definitely view a side questing stream as a very casual, like, you're gonna be, like I said before, you're gonna be chatting with your chat type stream. So a VOD of that is probably not gonna be that great to watch. Because one of the things about VODs is, like when people are doing like MSQ or whatever, like you can like kind of see what they're thinking of like the story or whatever. Whereas if they're doing something like just chatting, it's hard to keep Like it's harder to watch a VOD of that because like they're interacting with chat and you can't really do like as a viewer, it just feels weird. Oh. What? These are just like unlocking in this area. Stop it. Quest is definitely making travel. Think I might try to do those two up top, assuming these stop unlocking more quests. But that was the last of them. Yes. Okay, so I think I will go see what if either of them looks like it's going to be longer quest chain. I'll skip it for now. I will go get this one, and then we'll go get this one. Then we'll just have this cluster of quests down here. And I do want to do these side quests. And if I'm gonna do them, I might as well do them on stream. I'm kind of thinking if I want to skip and do a bunch of the Dontro ones, just because like that's current and maybe more people would want to see those. But I kind of like going back to these older expansions and doing these. gathering stuff. But we'll see if how much any of this stuff sells for, and maybe sell it. This one was not here before. Oh my god. Googles, please. Stop. Quests appear. Batch them so there's or killing of the same stuff actually. Hate these ones where you have to find them. These things look kind of gross. Kind of funny that it's like stab and they're dead. How many of these are there? How many of these are there? Seriously. For the Mughals? They're for the Mughals? But it looks like they're leaving. Please let them leave. Go home. Go home and stop giving me quests. Thought I was done like 10 minutes ago. I say miming? Took a lot longer. And then Nate, it's out. Like, I'm so done with it, I didn't even want to see them go away. I didn't even want to see them float away. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, so it looks like we have 5, 6, 7, 8 quests left here. Oh, Oz's Law. I forgot that was Heaven's Word. Let's go check Idleshire and the area outside of it. Idleshire might be kind of interesting because it's a hub, so it might have different types of quests. Nope. Nothing that looks weird. Identified flying. Alright, so there's quite a few in here, but they're all under level 60, so they should all be Heaven's Word stuff. Oh, there's some in Matoya's Cave. So it looks like there's 5, 6. It looks like there's about 6 quests in this area. That's not bad. I feel like I could probably knock that out. Then I'll go look at Az's Law. I haven't been to Az's Law in a really long time. A really long time. I don't go to that area ever. All right, there's quite a lot here. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 14, and I have an area that's not explored yet. All right, let's go see about selling some of this stuff. I have a veritable stock of pineapples. Worth it. What about these fish? All right, I'm done. Oh, no more streams until next week. So next week should be Tuesday. Will probably be more Final Fantasy 14. I kind of want to hit these side quests. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do about Final Fantasy 14 in general, to be honest. Um, all right, so yeah, so that's the plan. Next week will be Tuesday. Should be more Final Fantasy 14, and then Wednesday and Thursday should be Sandrock, and that should be pretty much it for next week. I've been thinking. I'll see what happens, but I've been thinking about changing my availability at work and basically getting Friday off as well, because then I'll have 4 days to do streams. But I have to see what I really want to do. I have to make a choice about that, because I get paid pretty well. I'm not sure if I want to give up that whole extra day just yet. Especially since I just got done with COVID and I was sick for basically almost a month. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. All right, so that's the plan for next weekend. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I know it's not the most compelling content, but it's fun. I kind of enjoy doing these side quests. I don't know if I could do them every single stream though. If I did them every stream or every day, I don't know if I would like that. But I'm out of here. Thanks again, and laters.